Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in space? A project like the International Space Station, or the ISS, was created to research the way the human body and other things from Earth react to long-term spaceflight. It's the largest structure that humans have put into space and has been sent up in pieces because of its size. It's the most expensive object ever built, costing about $120 billion, and has been in space for over 20 years. I'll be sharing its history, how living on the station is manageable, and what the future holds for the ISS. First, about the ISS. In the 1980s, President Ronald Reagan's State of the Union address directed NASA to build an international space station with the help of other countries within a 10-year period. Although there were some setbacks to the project, eventually 15 nations were involved in the construction of the ISS, including Russia, Canada, Japan, and Sweden, to name a few. National Geographic states that by late November 1998, the first segment of the ISS, Zarya, was launched into space, and 2 weeks after that, astronauts delivered one of the major US components, Unity, that now connects the Russian and US segments of the station. There are 16 individual pieces of the ISS called modules, and according to NASA, a robotic arm known as the Remote Manipulator System is used to help construct the station by moving modules or by moving astronauts into position to work on the station. As stated on NASA's website, the ISS is located 250 miles from Earth and is 357 feet end to end, about the same length as an American football field. The solar array wingspan is about 240 feet and converts the energy from sunlight to electricity. It has 6 rooms, 2 bathrooms, a gym, and a large bay window with a 360-degree view, and it weighs about 925,335 pounds. The ISS travels at 5 miles per second and orbits the Earth 16 times per day. That means the sun rises and sets 16 times a day for the people on board. Second, the ISS has been consistently occupied with people since they sent the first crew in the year 2000 on the Expedition 1. Because there is no oxygen in space, the ISS is able to make oxygen by a process called electrolysis. According to NASA, it uses electricity from the ISS solar panels to split water into hydrogen and oxygen gas. The life support systems on the ISS don't only supply oxygen and remove carbon dioxide from the cabin's atmosphere, but also prevents the accumulation of gases like ammonia and acetone that people emit in small quantities. Vaporous chemicals from science experiments can also be a potential hazard if it's combined with other elements in the air supply. Pressurized oxygen storage tanks provide a backup to the electrolysis method. The crew can also generate oxygen chemically by igniting solid fuel oxygen generation canisters filled with a substance called perchlorate. Each canister provides the oxygen needed to support one crew member for one full day and is similar to the oxygen masks that drop down in an airplane. To maintain good health, astronauts have to work out for about 2 hours per day. Muscles of the body work less in space, so they become more prone to muscle weakness and could make it difficult to walk once back on Earth. Food is important as well, and according to Bob Thrisk, who was aboard the ISS in May 2009, the United States, Russia, and other countries prepare food for the crew in 16-day cycles, which include dehydrated and freeze-dried snacks and meals that are different each day. This way, they don't have to eat the same thing over and over again. Lastly, in 2018, NBC News reported the Trump administration released a proposal that included plans to end America's involvement in the ISS and stated to sell its share by 2025. According to Forbes, NASA has recently chosen a private company to deliver 3 new modules up to the ISS. On March 9, 2020, the Houston Chronicle reported that Axion Space, a Houston company building a commercial space station, signed a contract with SpaceX to fly a private crew to the ISS as early as next year. It is said that SpaceX will provide the spacecraft to get the astronauts there, and Axion will provide the crew which includes a trained commander and 3 astronauts. Right now, it's estimated that each astronaut will pay $55 million in travel fees. Although we don't know exactly what will happen with the ISS as of right now, it's nice that we have parties that want to keep it alive. In conclusion, the ISS was able to provide years of extensive research on how space affects the human body and improve ways to be able to live in space for long periods of time. Because of the last 20 years of humans consistently in space, we have been capable of doing and learning so much to be able to live in space permanently. Thank you.